Sitting on a park bench one day, came down and sat next to me. You had my heart fluttering, baby, like a pair of butterflies' wings. We seemed to talk for hours about everything we knew. When you went away, baby, oh, right then I knew that there's only one woman for me. You show me things I never seen. Oh, baby, you drive me crazy. And there's only one woman for me. It's been 2 years, baby. Oh, you're standing there. I see the love in your eyes, wind blowing through your hair. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, the love we share. And I knew in my heart, baby, none would ever compare. And there's only one woman for me. You show me things I never seen. Oh, baby, you drive me crazy. And there's only one woman for me. We talk for hours, made love on the beach. You are my dream, my only fantasy. Then one summer day, my darling, you went away. You flew up to heaven, you see, got your own pair of wings. Though it broke my heart, I'll remember everything you taught. There'll never be another woman that could mend this heart. And there's only one woman for me. You show me things I never seen. Oh, baby, you drive me crazy. And there's only one woman for me. You show me things I never seen. Oh, baby, you drive me crazy. And there's only one woman for me. There's only one woman for me. There's only one woman for me. There's only one woman for me.
Many people say that they want to write a book, yet 9 out of every 10 people who start writing a book never finish it, leaving one of their biggest dreams unfulfilled. So, what is it about the 1 in 10 people who do finish writing their book? What do they have, and what drives them to complete their books, their plays, and their songs? Welcome to the Editor's Desk, where we explore their writing experiences, their motivations, and their struggles. And now, here are your hosts, author, writing coach, and self-publishing guide, Lynn Everard, and author, Louise Gomez.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Editor's Desk.
It is all music December here on the Editor's Desk.
I know it is, and I'm so excited to introduce CeCe Clevenger. I'm telling you, that song, I needed to hear it because it filled my heart up already. So Triple C grew up in the church, singing in the choir and performing in music productions. He participated in all-county and all-state choir in high school. After high school, he played in many different cover bands around Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. Songwriting, poetry, and performing for any crowd was a passion then and still is today. Early influences include Conway Twitty, Paul Stanley from Kiss, Paul Rogers from Bad Company, and Steve Perry from Journey. Future goals to perform across the U.S. with all new songs that are coming out to keep supporting our military men and women while thanking them for everything they do, have done, and will do. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, we're excited to have you. We know that this is your last day here in South Florida, and you're packing up all the trucks and
For
everything.
now, he'll
and
be back.
heading
For now,
north.
yeah. We like it down here in Florida. I mean, just my wife's having surgery, and she needs to be around family while I'm on the road touring. And you know, it's we'll be staying with my family, and I have 3 or 4 people that can watch out for her if I'm doing a show. She's going to be doing 10 to 12 weeks recovery after her surgery.
Wow.
So, you know, it's good to go home too. My parents, my father's sick, and that way I can watch all 3 of them at one time.
Oh, so you'll have your hands full.
Oh, absolutely. But, you know, it's a wonderful thing to watch out for family.
Yeah, it's a labor of love for sure.
Well, and it sounds like there'll be plenty of opportunities to write more songs.
Absolutely. I've written 4 songs in the last 2 weeks, and I've actually started writing the story of my life. I sent you the beginning of it, and I'd like to keep that going, and it just finished, make a book out of it. We have, between the 2 of us, we have about 2 or 3 books worth of stuff to write down. So
Volumes.
so
plenty of content for volumes.
I'm going to have plenty of time to sit up I have a little makeshift office that we made at my parents' house, and I'm going to be writing new material, writing poetry, songs, and just writing every thought and prayer I have down on paper. So I'm an old school. I don't use computers very often, so I use paper and pen or a pencil and just go at it that way.
I'm the same way when I'm writing. Like if I'm writing, when we started writing our book, I had to do it like on that yellow,
The yellow tablet.
yellow tablet.
Yeah.
The legal paper.
Legal pad. I just had to write. It feels more natural,
I since I'm left-handed, I get the notebooks, the binder notebooks, and I flip them upside down and open it up that way. And then sometimes when people pick it up, like, oh, this is. My mom's done it to me. I've written so much stuff, and she flipped it over the way it's supposed to be, and to see there's blank pages, and she threw it away.
Oh, jeez.
So I have to put "please do not touch" on both sides of the legal pad.
Wow.
But we're blessed. Like I was telling Freddie the other day, my mom has kept a scrapbook over the years of everything I have written. I got to the point where we go out to dinner all the time. I would write on napkins, placemats. I would just write my thoughts down, and my mother has kept every single bit of it in a scrapbook.
That's great.
Well,
every T-shirt, every picture.
Yeah, I love this because you never know when the inspiration is going to hit, right?
Right, absolutely.
So you either have to be prepared, like have something with you all the time, or write on whatever you can find.
Right, absolutely. I keep my phone next to my bed every day. I have a digital recorder app on my phone. Mm-hmm. And I bug my wife here because 3 o'clock in the morning I'll wake up startled because I have lyrics in my head, and I have to pick up my phone, sing it into the phone, and then go back to sleep. I can't go back to sleep unless I get the words down.
It's the oddest thing. I don't know how he does it.
It's the creative part of you,
Yeah.
but it sounds like you've been doing this since a young child. Is that right?
I was first on stage at 7 years old.
Nice.
At my dad's company picnic. 5 years old, my grandfather introduced me to Conway Twitty.
Oh.
And the first song I ever heard was Why Me, Lord. Chris Christopherson wrote it, but Conway redid it. Mm-hmm. First song ever, and from that point I wanted to be Conway Twitty. I had the hair that was curly and perm looking, and I grabbed a hairbrush from my grandfather and sang in front of his mirror. And he played that song. I made him play it 5 or 6 times, and about the 5th time at 5 years old, I had the song memorized.
Wow.
So when we went to my dad's company picnic, he bought me, back in the day, they had little AM/FM microphones that had the little cord or the little antenna coming out of it. He played the record. I sang along with the record in front of probably about 2,000 people at 7 years old. And
Brave
it just
soul.
Started at I always loved being on stage.
Yes.
You know, we did church. I did church choir, and the church did plays, and I was always getting the main roles in the play because I was never shy to get up and just do what I love to do. So
That's amazing.
it started from that. I mean, and I never got to do sports because the church always made me stay in the choir and stay in the plays. So I started sports later in life, but music and theater and just entertaining is a passion. So, and then writing, you know, I don't write very well punctuation-wise, but I just write all my thoughts down, and my wife fixes it. She gets mad at me on social media.
Send that social media
social
post
media.
out. You got to review it. I mean, you can do. He does to speak to text or how
Yes.
you know to say what he wants to say, but it doesn't add the punctuation or the comma. You know, I'm like, no, we have to fix this like now.
So most of the time, all my posts get edited, you know, but it's okay. My southern accent comes out, and sometimes the talk text doesn't get it, and
It's all
yeah,
good.
it's
You
okay.
make a great team.
yes, she's my rock, and then my little other rock there that's sitting in her lap.
Joy.
And a big shout out to your grandma's watching today.
Oh, my grandmother's watching from
Oh,
Maryland. She's
nice.
95 years old. She lives in Elkton, Maryland, and my parents just went up to celebrate the holidays early with her, and she's watching today, and she doesn't get to see me perform very often, so thank you guys for letting me perform so she can watch. Hi, my mom. Love you.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yeah.
So, Colleen, what is it like for you? You know, Cece mentioned, you know, waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, right, and having to get something out. Now, I've been working on a new book, and so I've had twice in the last week where I've woke up about 3 o'clock in the morning and had to rush to my desk to start writing some stuff down. But I'm, you know, it's like I'm by myself, but I'm quiet, so I wouldn't be waking anybody up anyway because I'm not singing the, you know, what I'm writing down. So what is that like for you when all of a sudden you wake up and you hear him singing in the middle of the night?
Well, it couldn't be any worse than this dog. I must snore pretty loud. She thinks I'm growling at her, and then she'll attack my face sometimes at like 3 or 4 in the morning. So it's really no different. Like he'll wake up, he'll start singing, but to me, it's just I just fall back asleep. To be honest with you, I just pay no attention.
Sometimes I try to sneak out to the living room and do it, but if it's really good and I get excited about the lyrics, she'll forgive me at some point.
Or he'll ask me, how did that sound? I'm like, it sounded great.
Until we go back and listen to it when we actually wake up, and I'm like, whoo, and then we have to fix it. The creative process is definitely, sometimes it can be bad, sometimes it can be good, like anything in life. You write something down at the spur of the moment. I come to we went to Chicago recently. I wrote something down. I actually wrote a song within 5 minutes after looking at the farms and the horizon at the farm fields. Wrote a country song in a matter of minutes, and got back to the hotel, and I forgot how the rhythm went to the song because it was just words. So now I have to go back and try to remember what I was thinking at that time. Instead of I didn't sing it, I just talked it through it. So sometimes it goes, sometimes it's bad. It works itself out to the point, but as long as I got the words down, it'll come back to me. Or if maybe it's not meant to be a song, maybe it's
So
meant
are
to be.
there other cues, other things that you see or notice that cause you to start thinking lyrics in your head? And you think the lyrics first, the music first? What is showing up?
I always think of the words first. Sometimes it's just how I feel at that point. Emotion really is involved in, if you go through depression area, or if you're happy, or maybe you watch a scene or you see somebody arguing somewhere and it just brings up feelings. All my songs, I can tell you, are from my life. There's not one song that I have written so far that's fantasy or nonfiction or whatever. Is it nonfiction or fiction? Whichever
Fiction.
one's fake.
Fiction.
Yeah.
So all my songs are about my life and something that happened in my life.
Life experiences.
Life experiences.
Like
So
Only One Woman is not exactly, the first half of the song is about Colleen because she's only one woman for me. But that song was basically for a girl that I was with and passed away.
Oh,
And
sorry
at
about
a
that.
very young age. So, but the message is there was only one woman for me, and she came in my life, and that's the case now. So
That's amazing. What else you got for us? I'm ready for another song.
Well, I love going down the rabbit hole on this stuff,
Yes,
right? So,
yes.
yeah,
so you get the lyrics, you heard some kind of music or melody or something in your head.
I'm a drummer. I started out
Okay.
playing drums, so I get a beat in my head first.
Okay.
It's makes me sound crazy, but I drift off a lot, and daydream. And most of the time when she's driving, or if I'm sitting at the house and she's laying down or whatever, I drift off and have fantasies of different lyrics and different sounds and different things. And then when I click back into it, that's when the process starts, when I start writing it down and singing lyrics and things like that. Makes me sound a little crazy, but musicians
Not
are
at
crazy
all.
anyway. So
Is
No,
this
not at
another
all.
one of those things where it's easier to ask for forgiveness than for permission?
yeah.
It sounds
Because
like it.
I try to be, I'm one of those people that was raised to be brutally honest, so I've had to learn how to maybe soften my words down. Even
or change them to
or change them to where it's
convey
not.
the message, but
The
in a
delivery.
yes, on how you
Right.
deliver it.
Because I was always taught, you don't lie. Lying is just as bad as anything else. So if you're being truthful, but that's kind of came back to bite me, even writing stuff like songs. I've had to change song lyrics around so it wasn't harmful. And it could be relateful to people. Like, I Don't Have to Like You, the one song I'm going to do. People can relate to that song because there's always somebody in the family that may get on your nerves, but you still love them because they're family.
Of course.
So every song and every idea that comes to me, and I've just learned recently going to Nashville and working with some of the best songwriters in country music. I take my songs there, I show it to them, and they give me criticism and they give me ways to fix the song to make it relatable to the whole population instead of just me. So I've
Nice.
learned a lot within the last 2 to 3 months
Yeah,
on how to write better and how to think about songs and how to think about the situations in the songs.
and
So
then how is the crowd gonna
how's the
react?
crowd gonna react,
So
yeah.
it all comes together. So I'm learning just as much on these. Most of the time, 90% of the time, when he goes to Nashville, I'm able to go with him.
Nice.
And I get to meet all these people and like people like you got to be like you're at their level and not be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, we
that's-
can't be
that's Keith Urban,
fans.
I
We have
know,
to be
you know, like-
peers,
So I can't be a fan. I just have to be, one of them. So it's kind of weird, but I learned quite a bit through what he's going through and how his process is and how he's trying to convey the message. And if I can help in any way, we talk about it. Like the other day, he was writing something, then he was doing like a drum beat. I go, "What are you doing? Beatboxing?" I was like, "No, I got a lyric in my head." So it like Lynn, when you asked, it goes both ways sometimes with him. So he can do the lyrics and then the beat, or the beat the lyrics.
I play probably about 5 or 6 different instruments. Not well, but I do it well enough to get the keys and get the sound that I need to relay to other musicians to pick it up and roll with it. We work with one of the best studios around, the Nashville Hilltop Recording Studio. Buddy Hyatt from the band Toto in the 70s and 80s is the
I
man
love
who
Toto.
runs it. And then you have the #1 guitar player in Nashville, Brett Mason, who has 15 ACM awards that plays on all my songs.
Wow.
And we were blown away. We went there. I made a CD about 3-4 years ago. I made a 10-song CD, and we took it to Nashville, and they said, "Oh no, you need to re-record these because there's no punch to it. We need to add some country to it. So it was actually a CD that I have over 200 songs written down, and I had to pick the top 8, and I paid for it out of my pocket, which at that time I didn't know how expensive
Yeah.
writing and recording. So I picked 8 songs. So we re-recorded 3 songs. Only One Woman, I Don't Have to Like You, and Freedom Hymn for the military. And within 10 minutes, these guys had all 3 songs redone.
Wow.
We went to the studio, and Buddy had everything charted, which there's a Nashville number system for songs, which I've never knew. It's blew me away that all these numbers look like the Matrix movies. And these were my songs. And the players just looked at it, okay, and they played it right through, 5 minutes. And they had it. It blew me away. I just stood there with my
those
mouth
songs were done
open.
in 2 days.
Yeah, 2 days. And then I went to the other studio, and I re-recorded all the vocals.
Nice.
And it's just, I couldn't believe, because I was in a closed area. I was learning cover bands. I played in so many cover bands over the years. And, you only know as much as the people that you're around. So they teach you one thing, and you think that's the right thing, and then you go and experience something else. So I have grown in the last year to be a better artist, to be a better writer, to be a better entertainer in the last year, I think, than my whole life, because I've actually been around the professionals who I wasn't afraid to ask questions on how do I perform this, or how do I convey this to the crowd, how do I write this better. And they just said, well, this is what you're supposed to do. They gave me little tips here and there, change this word right here, or get rid of this word, you don't need that. And I was humbled by it. I got to stand next to them and take a picture and act like I wasn't excited to be next to these guys, because we're peers, So it's been this last year, 2 years, I think, since we've been down in Florida, and we've been traveling to Nashville 2 times a month. It's awakened me to get excited to do it again and to write more.
So it will be easier once you relocate to Tennessee, right? You'll be closer to your...
Right. Instead of 13-hour drive, it's a 4.5-hour drive.
Okay.
So, but we've been
Yeah.
flying, so I mean the cost is just as expensive if we drove for gas
Yeah.
to fly, because flying is really expensive nowadays. But I'm excited.
Okay.
We got a band put together for me in Tennessee. A lot of my friends that we played in a cover band together lost their bands, and I'm like, well, hey, I'm coming home for a little while. How would you like to get together? And as soon as the word, as soon as the word gets out, it's like a bad refrigerator. You can't keep anything in.
Right.
As soon as they heard that I was coming home, I have 25, 30 text messages from the Moose Lodge, from the American Legion, from everywhere I used to play. And I'm like, well, I do have to take care of my wife, so it's got to be start slow and then work our way.
Okay.
So let's get you set up to do
do another
your
one.
other song. And
absolutely.
The song is perfect for this time of year, because you mentioned family before, and so people are getting ready to get together with family, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that can relate to the idea that I don't have to like you. So
I don't have to like you, but I love you.
yes,
The love part is the most important. So absolutely.
Let's get you set up for that.
up.
We're going to preview our next week's show, so we can stay on schedule here.
That's a good idea. Smart.
So would you like to tell us who our guest
oh my
is
God!
next week?
Adriana Foster, who has done so much. She has been on the Spanish La Voz, and she has a lot of accomplishments, and she does everything from singing to her own act of. She's just we'll have to just show her, show everybody what she does, because it's a whole process between the transformational singing.
Yeah. So she just a few months ago finished being one of the finalists on the version of The Voice in Mexico. Right. So So CC, when you're ready.
All right. So this song is called I Don't Have to Like You. You can find it on Spotify or any digital media platform. It's got 510,000 streams on it
Oh, nice.
right now, and we're shooting to 1 million. So go on Spotify, click on it, like it, and let's ride it. Here we go. We just stepped into the ring again, toe to toe. Tell me, when will this fighting end? Pain, it hurts. It just cuts me like a knife inside. Will you wrong? Or will you just leave and hide? You always said that I've let you down so many times, but now you see that all I ever did was try to get your attention. Just one little loving word, but now I'm gone, and our bridge is about to burn. Well, I don't have to like you, but I love you. You're my flesh and blood. I don't have to like you, but I care of what you're thinking of. I don't have to like you, but I'd miss you if you went away. Oh, please tell me you love me before I fade away. You're my flesh and blood. I don't have to like you, but I care of what you're thinking of. Well, I don't have to like you, but I'd miss you if you went away. Oh, please tell me you love me before I fade away. Well, here we go. We just stepped into the ring again, toe to toe. Tell me, when will this fighting end? Pain, it hurts. It just cuts me like a knife inside. Will you wrong? Or will you just leave and hide?
Imagine rediscovering a past life.
Now imagine finding the person you shared it with.
And I just told all my friends, I'm like, you guys have to read this because I can't put it down. And I have not even gotten to the half of the book yet.
We are Lynn Everard and Louise Gomez, and we are the authors of the book, The Reuniting of Two Past Lives and the Unveiling of the 12 Sacred Lessons.
We invite you to purchase the book and discover the magic. Even if you have never written a book, you are still an author. In fact, we all are. In every moment, each of us is writing our own unique story that we call our lives. Because many of us are, As in the lyrics of the Dan Hill song, Sometimes When We Touch, writers still trapped within our truth. If this is you, why not start writing your thoughts in a journal? It will help you get your truth on paper and could just be the start of your own book. And don't forget to join us here every week for the next